Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Young at Heart, featuring nursery rhymes, stories, songs, poems, Mother Goose, Aesop's fables, Lewis Carroll, limericks, larks, epic stories of the great operas, and such, to keep us all young at heart. I'm Father James. Here we are. It's Friday night, and tonight we're going to have the story of Don Firriulieddu. It's very hard to pronounce. Don Firriulieddu or Firriulieddu. Say that 3 times. Don Firriulieddu. Firriulieddu. I think I got it. Don Firriulieddu is one of the Italian folktale versions of Tom Thumb, recognized in the English world. There are several. This is the shortest one, but I thought you'd get a kick out of Don Firriulieddu. Firriulieddu. Say it now, quick. Firriulieddu. All right, all the same. We're in the countryside, the Italian countryside. Maybe Tuscany, doesn't say. But it's beautiful farmland, acres and acres, and there's a fairly prominent farmer and his wife who own quite a bit of land, and they have a beautiful daughter, of course. And each day the farmer liked to take his midday meal out in the fields, but of course the fields were so vast that he would take bran meal. You know, you have your oat bran for breakfast? So he'd take bran and he would strew it along the path that he would take every day, a different path, because he'd be working in a different part of the field, and his daughter would simply follow the trail of bran to find her father, deliver the luncheon, and then find her way back to the home and her mother. Well, it just so happened that one day an ogre who owned a great castle and a large field of his own was taking a stroll. And as he was stomping about, he saw this trail of bran. And he thought, I shall follow it. Just so happened, as he's following the bran, our beautiful young woman is coming back from giving her father his meal. He quickly, grabbed the girl and brings her to his castle. Now, mother is quite perturbed. Her daughter has not returned, and when the father comes home, they spend so much time searching and searching, but this is quite an expansive area, and they don't come upon the ogre's castle. No one even tells them that there is an ogre in the area, and so despondent they prayed for another child. It was a year later when a child was born, the tiniest little thing, and when he was only 3 days old, he says in beautiful, perfect Italian, this is the English translation, "Have you made me a cloak? Now give me also a little dog, and the cloak, for I must go look for my sister." They were astonished, but by all means they provided this 3-day-old tiny little boy with what he requested. So he goes off in search, and he comes to a herd of sheep. And he speaks to the herdsman, and he says, "Whose sheep are these?" And the herdsman replied, "Well, they belong to the ogre. He fears neither God nor any of the saints. But I hear there is one he fears." "Who might that be?" asks the boy. Don Firriulieddu. No, Don Firriulieddu. Don Firriulieddu. So, very interesting. So, the boy goes out And then he comes across some cattle, and he asks the herdsman there, how do I find this ogre? The ogre! The man says, well, he neither fears God nor any of the saints, but he fears Don Firriulieddu. And I hear that Don Firriulieddu is on his way, and who gives his dog bread, and tells the dog, eat, dog, and do not bark, for we have fine things to do. Well, this was, in fact, our very own Don Firriulieddu, and so he comes to the castle of the ogre, and he knocks on the door, and who answers but none other than his servant, none other than his sister, who is made to be a servant of the ogre. Intimations possibly forced to be his wife, but not clear in this version. All the same, here's this little guy, and he says to the sister, I'm here to rescue you. Well, she's willing, so he says to the dog, go up there, find the ogre and bark, and then I'll know where he is. And so the dog goes up, many different floors. The ogre was at the zenith, the acme, the topmost part of the castle. The dog starts barking, and little Don Firriulieddu gets there and slays him, and that's it. Kaput. Gone. His sister is very, very grateful. And then Don Firriulieddu takes his sister and the dog and the cloak, which didn't seem to have much of a purpose other than that he asked for it in the beginning, and they all were reunited and lived happily ever after. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And if you think you would like me to upload these on a different day, not have them Friday night, Young at Heart, or if you think you want me to do these live, like on Zoom, so you can talk to me while I offer these, well, not if you're watching on YouTube. If you'd have to get a Zoom account, and then anybody can watch them. I don't know. We'll try different things. Let me know if you want to, or if things just fine as they are, with me uploading these on Friday night, and you can watch them at your leisure. Let me know if you've enjoyed Don Firriulieddu. Firriulieddu. Good night.